Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV, where you can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Alpinestars Celer Leather Jacket, available at RevZilla.com. So at a glance, the Celer is the next iteration for 2013. They've taken a functional step forward from the GP Pro by way of making it more tunable to your body temperature by adding the DFS system, or I'm sorry, the DFC, which is dynamic flow control for air vents at the shoulders, and you'll see it in the back when I spin Brian around as well. But again, it's going to be race fit. It's the only race fit leather in the A-Stars line that gives you that venting control. And in all honesty, if we look at it first glance, my favorite part about the Celer moving forward is really the style. You know, the Atem would be the big technical brother with the vented DFS on the shoulders and that big aramidic panel across the chest, but the lines of the Celer, I think, are my favorite part about it. It incorporates a little bit of reflectivity. It has a really gnarly, almost tech-inspired approach, and this is the black, white, red version, which really just looks rock solid for 2013. I'd love to hear your opinion. Leave us your comments, your gut reaction on our YouTube channel. Click here, subscribe to us at RevZilla TV on YouTube. Now, a quick note on fit before I get into some of the nitty-gritty. Brian, last time you told me 6 foot, 195, 42-inch chest. You can see that Brian's got an athletic build. This is a race fit jacket. Brian's wearing a size 52. So again, no surprises. It's going to be appropriate for A-Stars, but if we look how it sits on his body, it's meant to keep him in the right place because Alpinestars looked at this and said, hey, GP Pro, Celer, Atem, they're the top half of a two-piece race suit. We need to make sure they keep everything where it's supposed to be. Staying with that same line, and before I get to that, remember, if you're concerned about buying online, we ship for free, exchange for free, no restock fee if you need to send it back to us. But if we look at Brian here, look at the way this is sitting on his body. Remember, BioArmor, shoulder, CE rated, shoulders, elbows, and the back you can upgrade to a insert from Alpinestars, which is CE1 or CE2, as well as the Bionic Race Back Protector, which you could snap in. Also, on top of that, you're using the full DFS system from Alpinestars. So on the shoulders, you'll have that dual compound external hard part. You see it on the elbows here as well. Again, that's a nice touch. You see it on the Atem, you see it on the GP Pro, you see it in the high-end race suits. Those sliders are nice pieces of protective elements that are incorporated here. Some of the other nuances as we get into the Celer, you know, I talked about these zips that vent to the body through the mesh liner. Again, non-removable mesh liner on the inside. You do have the ability to upgrade the chest protection too from A-Stars as well. And remember, they make different types of base layers for different times of the year that you could always beef up as well. Moving down, you're going to see a TPR like they've done in so many times in the past to cover up that main connection zipper, but now the collar is new. And when I turn Brian backwards, and not yet Brian, it's a neoprene lined collar that also has a 3D mesh element to it, but the back of this collar is also going to have 3D mesh to interface with your helmet. It's a nice touch. Moving down, you see these areas around your pecs of reflectivity, see some perforated foam here on the front, basic pockets on the side. Another upgrade for this year. Now Alpinestars is taking these aramidic stretch panels, which allow for stretch. They also allow for airflow, and they're moving them all the way down to the cuff, whereas before they used to stop up here. So you have this big aramidic panel that stretches coming down to your cuff, allowing you for different rooms of volume. Brian's built a little bit like me, so you can see how it sits on an athletic muscular build. And then also, as always, YKK auto-locking zippers from Alpinestars. Low profile will fit under the cuff of either a street gauntlet or a race gauntlet. Now turn to face the side for me, Brian. There you go. Stop right there. If we look, elasticated panel here on the back of the elbow done in leather. Remember the jaws we talked about new for this year, which also plays in the range, uses those aramidic panels. And we're starting to see that from A-Stars and some of the more casual or more sport-oriented stuff, not race-oriented stuff. It's going to be a little bit more lightweight. But again, big, protective. Hit the race position just with your shoulders. There you go. See that stretch on the shoulder blade? You can come back up for me. And then moving down to the hip, you can see a single adjuster along the back with the drop tail. Turn completely backwards for me. Sport hump configuration that's perfed on top, exhausted down at the bottom, get good flow through. And then remember, I talked about the new style collars from Alpinestars with 3D mesh all the way up. 2 reasons that's important. 1, airflow down to the back of the neck. You're going to appreciate that when it's hot out. The second is it's lower profile. So when you're wearing a helmet, you even see some of the new high-end race helmets that have cutaways in the back. It's because racers don't want to feel that their leather collar is interfering with the bottom of the neck roll in their collar. or the neck roll in their helmet. Now you have that kind of preempted here by having it be low profile mesh in a non-impact oriented area that's going to add weight savings as well as ventilation. The back has the same aggressive feel that the front had. I really like this. I think it's going to work with a lot of different bikes. I think a lot of riders are going to gravitate towards this really almost tech-inspired style. Reflectivity that's done in a very unobtrusive way that goes down the sides and across the top. And here's the nice part that ties in with the dynamic flow control system. Again, this is a race grade leather jacket with a race fit to it and an aggressive pre-shape. And now you have the ability to vent it out the back, get that exhaust venting down above where that drop tail seat would sit. And remember, 360-degree zipper like all Alpinestars leather jackets, so you can always connect it to a pair of riding pants and take it to the track. Come back around to the front for me, Brian. Let's show the guts really quickly. That was quite the robotic turn. I appreciate that. You're allowed to laugh. If we look at the inside, you're going to see Napoleon pocket on the right. Here are my chicken cutlets. I always call them on both sides. They come with foam. You can remove them. You can put the Alpinestars chest protectors inside the jacket and beef up the front. And remember, you can always go to an A-Stars base layer. I did mention that 360-degree zip. Come in really tightly one more time. Neoprene at the top. 3D mesh collar. It's not going to chafe. It's going to promote airflow. And again, a rock-solid construction that is track-ready. I'm a fan of the Celer. I think you can hear that. I think you can hear that in the energy in my voice. I think they've taken a nice step forward and added a more versatile option into that mix between GP Pro and the Atem. I also really, you can zip it back up for me. I really like the style of it. I think that's one of my favorite things. It just really looks cool. And I'm a geek. You guys know I'm a geek. I gravitate towards things that have maybe a tech inspiration to them. If you want to shoot our Gear Geeks a line, you can call and talk to HVB over here. It's our boy High-Vis Brian. See us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. And I already told you we ship for free and exchange for free and make it really easy. Don't fret about buying online. We're really easy to work with, and you can check out our reputation online. It precedes ourselves. Promise I'm not lying. Buy the Alpinestars Celer leather jacket at RevZilla.com/Alpinestars. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.